All right, it's wash day. We did a post a few years ago. Actually, it was a story on how we wash our stuff, and it was a quick little thing. I thought we'd go into a little bit more detail on like the soaps we use and the oils we use and kind of how we do it. You know, right off the bat, we kind of set up all the tractors. We kind of take one out of Henry Ford's page with the whole assembly line. So we line everything out like this. And as we go along, our first man on the job is our man Oscar. A little tip is always find the guy on your crew who has the nicest, cleanest car, because they will clean the tractor the nicest for you. So Oscar always comes to work with a nice shiny Benz, so he gets that job. So what we pretty much do is, Oscar does everything on the inside. We use Mr. Pink soap for the floor. For all the glass, we like Simonize just because it gives a nice big spray and really takes the gunk out of it good. And we got two bins here. One is for all the garbage. One is for all the stuff the guys leave over the winter. And the funny rule is anything that's left in the tractor now becomes mine. So we kind of just started. It's not that good, right? Actually, we got an iPod. There we go. That's a good start. iPod, some gloves, Greenblock hat, some pens. Not a bad start. We're 4 tractors in. So yeah, so that's Oscar. So now we move over to round 2, which would be Nestor. He's giving it a power wash, and he's trying to get off all the salt, all the gunk, all the heavy stuff that's been built up onto the tractor, and get it ready for round 3, which would be soaping. And the soaping will give it more of the fine, get into all the little cracks and stuff with the tractor. So after the tractor gets rinsed, it goes over to soaping, and you know, the soap will get rid of all those little fine little cracks, and it really helps with the grease, especially, and the main thing is the salt for sure. We really want to get all that salt off it. And the soaps we use are, we like 2. We love the Mr. Pink, really soapy. This is one of John Deere's brands, Andy's Clean, also really good. These are the only 2 we really use. We've tried others, but those are kind of our go-tos. You can see how soapy it gets, and what we'll do after that, we'll just let it sit for a bit, let the soap do its thing, and let it run all that grease and salt off the tractor. Okay, so after the tractors have been washed, we kind of put it out in our tanning area is what we call it. And so those 2 loaders are getting dried up. And after they get dried, it gets moved over here to Eric, who's doing all the oil spraying. And for the oil spraying, we use fluid film. We find it works best. It's the one thing we find with a lot of these oils, it really has to stick to the tractors all summer, and fluid film really gives it a really good sticking agent. One of the tricks with this too is actually, if you can see the gun Eric uses, we got that right from fluid film. Because fluid film is so thick, it actually needed a special gun. So I'll show you the pail. We grab it in pails. You'll get a little bit of savings if you grab it in a pail. And it's got a cool pump on it. And because it's so thick, it comes with this cool pump. It just works so much better if you grab it in the smaller jugs or in the cans. And as we make our way into the workshop, one thing my dad actually used to always harp on me is always fix your winter equipment at the end of the season. It's one thing you don't even want to think about doing. You want to just toss all your winter equipment in the corner of the yard and start laying brick and cutting grass. But this will save you a lot of headaches, you know, like before going into the first snowstorm. You're not calling Billy and Brad at Markham at 3 in the morning on Tuesday night looking for a snow module. All your winter equipment's ready to go, and you're ready. So the other thing that's going on, it's middle of April right now, so the grass crews are getting all the mowers out. So we're kind of doing a double here. We're sharpening blades, filters, fuel filters, air filters, greasing everything up, getting all the mowers going. And at the same time, we're getting fixing all the breakdowns we had over the winter. And so this one right here, I don't know what the boys are doing, but we're gonna make sure it's good for next winter. And that's pretty much it. Now that the tractor's been oiled, they're ready to go to sleep for the summer. And a couple little things we do before we put them to sleep. We always put interlocking stones under the blade, just so the blade's a little bit raised up and it's not gonna be in the ground with all the elements of all the water, so the blade will cause corrosion and stuff like that. We also take the battery terminals off so we're not killing any power. And that's pretty much it.